Greetings, everybody. This is Mr. Clay here at Dysfunctional Culture. I'm here with my esteemed partner.
Hello, everyone. This is Lady A. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and that like and the share.
We're here with our weekly Sunday evening chat. So I think we want to talk a little more about that AI.
Absolutely.
I was I posted on my YouTube channel this video of a robot and it was used for parking, and the hotels was using it for valet. But I also was saying that this is what tow truck drivers was going to use, right? And one of the guys was saying, well, it ain't fast enough for a tow truck driver. It only does 5 seconds, blah, blah. I says, what it don't matter the speed of the tow truck if I'm at home sleep.
That's it. That's all. And matter of fact, they had one where it's a remote thing that goes up under the car. Now I saw this on an Asian
Yes.
and an Asian channel, and it just slid right up under the car and did everything for the tow truck.
Wrapped the wheels around the car, lifted it up just enough so it can get it out of the parking spot, and it took off.
Yes, it did. So, I mean, it's all ludicrous in the long run, though, because again, like you mentioned before, who's gonna buy it? You have all these toys. It's fine, it's nice. I like gadgets, but when you deplete what the people are able to do, that sounds to me like servitude is going to be the greatest thing going on. But it won't be for each other; it'll be for those in power. That reminds me of when there were peasants.
Exactly. I mean, well, in reality, we in modern day slavery.
Absolutely.
And we really want to look at it, and then you want to implement this AI along with not having any regulations, along with not training anybody, along with having I'm not gonna say seniors, along with having folks that's running the country who are not in tune. We in for disaster.
Absolutely. Not only are they not in tune, some of the ones that are running the country, their tune is almost played out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to leave us with a mess.
Absolutely. I'll agree. I'll absolutely agree. Their tune is definitely obsolete. I'll totally agree. Because I was watching the SEC chair, and I mean, I thought this was the dumbest fucker I hadn't seen. I'm sitting here watching him, and he was talking about policies in 1930, and we're in 2023.
And even I know from classes that I've had for law, there are a multitude of policies from the 30s have been changed as recently as in the 2000s.
We talking digital money now. We're talking whereas I can go somewhere and pull out my phone. I don't need paper money anymore.
That's right.
You're forcing paper money out, because if I go to a ATM machine now, they're not gonna give me no money. They're gonna give me a credit card.
Or they'll do it like a Cash App type thing and just load you up on what you already
have. Exactly.
You won't even need an ATM, really. You can be able to do it from your phone.
Seriously. You're going to be able to literally walk up there with your phone, and boom, there it go right there. There go your exchange.
Yep.
We're not too far away from it. But see, again, like as I keep saying, is because in their mind and in reality is they can't push this technology out here all at once because people couldn't take it.
No, they couldn't. And, it's ironic that you were saying that, because as I was out earlier today, I was considering some of the things that I had seen where allegedly this change has occurred and they've had these great uprests, like allegedly in Nigeria. And I thought to myself, they're not going to do it like that over here. They can't afford it. After January the 6th, they still trying to control people and calm people down and corral people back in. if they cause that kind of chaos over here, it's not going to end well, period, for anybody.
Well, see, they didn't kind of put they didn't subdue them to sleep just a little bit, just enough, and they subdued them to sleep with, we're gonna extend your unemployment, and we're gonna give you this $1,000. Okay, well that wasn't enough. $1,500. Oh, that wasn't enough. $2,000. That's the breaking point right there. So we see if we give you $2,000, y'all will be cool with that. They done tiptoed us into this so perfectly. And see, and here's why. And here, check this out now. Here's the reason why the corporations are the corporations been lying. We said we was gonna talk about this. The corporations been lying about why they've been laying off. They've been laying off because they want to get rid of that high salary and bring in the cheap salary from overseas.
I've been telling people that for years. And it's not just the high salary. Really, that's not even first. They want to get rid of the people who have knowledge.
Yes.
Because you taint the younger people. They want to get rid of them old heads who don't take no mess off of nobody.
Yes.
Get rid of them old heads who will confront them with facts, who understand and know policy, no unionism. That's really it. It's not the money. It's them. Yes. And the unfortunate part of that is the fools who assist in that. Hello, you the same age, you dummy. They're gonna get you to do that, and then they're gonna get you.
And not realizing you assisted in your own demise, because what happens is when you remove the older folks with the knowledge, the only thing now what you have is a bunch of slaves, because they don't know anything else but what's being told to them.
That's right. And no one to challenge that. No one to challenge. Exactly. Nobody. Well, they said what they said, but our generation is like, I don't care what they said. What does it say?
Right. Exactly.
And it's ironic that you said that, because I was there, and that was a young lady who had been promoted to a supervisor temporarily. And one night she said, I just wish they'd do what you tell them. And I said, well, who you talking about? And she said, the officers. I said, well, why would they do that? Number one, if it's not written, it's not so. And if you say it and they do or don't do it, they don't have a leg to stand on, because you didn't give any support about where is this written that I must do this, or where is this written that I shouldn't do this. So why would they do it?
Exactly.
And she got in trouble for something like that later on by telling the officer to do something that the officer should not have done. And to this day, I still don't think the officer should have been reprimanded. But because the supervisor told the officer to do something, the officer told the person that they're not supposed to do that, but you told her to do it anyway, the officer did what she was supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. She should not have been reprimanded, right or wrong, because somebody with more authority than her told her to do it. The only person that should have been reprimanded was the woman that told her to do it, who was a supervisor.
Insane.
But that's what they want to get rid of. They want supervisors like that, and they don't want employees who's going to question it. So if you like us, you can forget it.
And see, and the bigger picture and the bigger framework of what you're saying is that was another reason for COVID. We kill off the old people who know all of this stuff, and so now we have nothing but people who we can train them how we want them to think and what we want them to know.
Yep.
Because that gets back to, as I always keep saying, is the transfer of knowledge. When I heard Dr. Amos Wilson say that, it hit home on so many fronts, because it made sense. And that's really what's going on. You listen to Mike Tyson today, that's the kind of man they don't want young men listening to.
That's right. That's right.
Because they always try to revert back to, when you listen to Tyson, they always try to revert back to the old Mike Tyson. And Tyson has to bring it himself now.
And he shuts it down every time.
Every time.
And I got a lot of respect for the man, because he learned along the way. He learned the hard way, but he learned. And he too spoke on what I say about money. He said that's the happiest he ever was, when he lost everything. When he had nothing. So something, if you don't understand that, There's more to life than just things and money. There's way more. What good is it if you don't have if you're not happy? What money will not make you happy. It would. You can buy an airplane. Okay, well, how many places you gonna fly?
Okay.
Now what?
Here's the thing about having money. What good is having money and you still sitting in the house?
Yep.
What good is having money and you still sitting in the house on social media arguing with people?
Yep.
If you got money, you got to be out experiencing life. You ain't gonna
You
be on
should be.
social media. You know what I mean? And see, this is what people don't understand about the wealth. The wealthy ain't on social media. They out having
Nope.
fun. They out having fun. And in order to do that is, you got to have some kind of investments. And it's what we invest in, you know? And with all of this AI that's coming down, you got more people afraid, which I understand why, because of the investment. They don't understand the potential of the investment. This is a time.
Okay, well then there's no that. Okay, this is on you right here. There's no reason to be afraid. If there's a way to remove your fear, then there's no logic in you being afraid. Not only that, what you afraid of? What you gonna do? If you don't have an answer for neither one of those, then what you afraid for?
What you afraid of? Seriously, because as I was talking to my friend last night, and he was saying about all this stuff, the ChatGPT. I said, man, you don't realize that if you really get into it, you can tell it. I said, because he got it rewriting his book, right? And so I told him, I said, tell it to write your story in the same vernacular as a street nigga from Detroit and watch it do it. He said, you think it is? I said, I know how to do it. Only thing I said, because see, this is the catch right here with AI. We didn't already gave it all of the information about us. Anytime we sign up, put in a sign up form with your email, your name, you change your picture on Facebook, whatever you posting, AI is collecting all that information.
All that data. Mm-hmm.
All of that data is already being collected. What you search for, what you watch on YouTube, what you send in instant messenger to other people. All that stuff is AI. All of it has been, this is why I barely change my pictures and stuff on Facebook. Y'all not gonna keep update with me. It's bad enough y'all got me on the phone and all that. And when I say something, like we talking right now. Now, when you go on Facebook, just watch how much AI shit you start seeing.
That's right. That's right. I mean, you know, people don't realize, is my phone listening to me? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Do you know that people, I was listening to something the other day, and with what they are listening to, people have actually been arrested because of things they have said in the privacy of their own home.
Yes.
But see, but you know what? That was possible even when we were, before all of this came out, back when it was just the phone company and it was a so-called monopoly. That was the first dangerous thing they did.
Yep.
Was to break up the telephone company. I'll always believe that had that not been the case, 911 would not have happened, except for the fact that it was a planned situation anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But they would have caught the traffic had it been. But even with the tubules that the TVs are made up with, even way back then, it was said that they could listen to things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Keep in mind, you talk to an older person when TV was first invented, they would literally tell the TV good night.
Yep.
So they knew that they were being watched in. They would.
And I have read information about that yes, that's always been the case.
Yes, they would literally tell the TV good night. I actually seen an old person good night, tell the TV good night. Like, I know, are they watching? So
yeah, but you can't tell the young folks nothing. You know, you can't. What? Man, well, please.
Why would they do that? They ain't doing that. No, they ain't. Why would they do that? That don't make no sense. You be like, okay.
Okay. And that's my response. Okay.
All I keep saying is keep living, because that's what an old man told me, and he was so on point. That's the best I can tell him. Keep living.
Yeah, because there's all kind of stuff going on out here. You don't know everything. Nobody does because you got this faction doing this faction doing that, and about 5,000 other factions doing this, that, and the other. Even the ones that know what they know don't know everything that's going on. That's why they have all these surveillance and stuff, because they don't know.
They don't know, and they
And then
want to
they
know.
promote crime to scare you into doing things that violate you. That's what 911 was about, to violate the Constitution.
Yeah,
Because the Patriot Act wipes away a whole lot of rights. A
yes,
whole lot of rights.
yes.
And then I'm gonna scare you enough where you will want a camera right in your neighborhood. So you and your husband getting into an argument, we're gonna arrest him anyway, even though you're not pressing charges. Because we saw it.
And it also helps with us getting your neighbor to turn on your monkey ass.
Yep.
See, people don't pay. We saw, because of the fact that we live in a place that fear is monopoly.
Yes, excellent point.
And so, since fear has been monopolized, they can say anything and get away with it just based upon that.
Yep. And well, we both know that's a form of control. Anytime you have fear.
Yeah.
If you're fear is created by ignorance. That's the ultimate goal of ignorance, is to maintain your fear. But instead of you checking it out to see if things are so, or to checking it out, okay, now that I know it's so, what do I do to navigate it effectively and efficiently for me and mine? See, nobody thinks strategically. That's why I've always felt, this is all me going off to the left here, that pool and chess should be mandated in school.
I agree.
Because they are both strategic games that look at what's the next move need to be. Not the move I'm on, but what do I need to do to make the next move a possibility and possibly a successful one.
Absolutely. Yeah. And even within your next move, if I have to sacrifice somebody, who do I sacrifice?
Yes, what sacrifice is going to give me the most bang for my buck?
Absolutely. and here's what's interesting, and this is what an old man showed me about chess. I played, and I play, but I don't play like I at one point. But this thing was because he says, and you'll realize the insecurity of men because they don't want to give up their queen. He said, I force them to give up their queen early. Now let's play chess. I said, that makes a whole
very interesting.
He said you'll see a lot. He said a lot of men do not want to give up their queen. He said, and that shows you the insecurity of them.
While they're thinking they're being strategic, they're really playing fearfully.
Because how can you protect your queen being fearful?
Absolutely. That's a true statement. Yes. Very good point. Yeah, that's why I believe it should be a mandate. And
yeah, absolutely.
You should, and I think no matter how old you are, learn how to play it. Yeah, pool, I really like.
Pool, chess, and meditation. They should have to meditate also.
Well, excuse me. We had something similar to that 100 years ago. Nap time.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, that's what it was.
Yeah, it pretty much. And now it's just called go get your monkey ass in the corner. Get out the classroom. Go stand in the hallway. They can't tell these kids this nowadays, though, because these kids nowadays, woo.
But if your kid is that bad at school, what you doing at home?
Nothing.
Because that kid that jumped on that teacher, I wish that teachers hold back because of who they are and where they are. Not all teachers. Somebody should have whooped that ass. Should have beat her ass.
Teachers hold back out of pure respect for the kids. That's it.
And trying not to go to prison because they know ain't nobody gonna give them no air.
You give them absolutely nothing because they're gonna be looked upon as you the professional, you the adult, this. Hold on now. Here's how deep this is. They will give that woman who got into a fight with that young girl who slapped her first, they will give her more time in the penitentiary than the very same woman who molested one of them young kids.
Yep. Yes. You're right about that. But she
Now
should have beat that ass.
that's the sickness of all of this. Now she will get more time than the one who done stank this kid for life.
Well, she
Insane.
should have scarred her. She should have scarred her physical being for life. She should have beat her up. She should have, because she needed that.
And then gonna say, somebody get this bitch off me. Get this bitch off me. You the one who started it. You the one who swung on that woman.
If she hadn't got beat up at school, I would have made sure we took care of that at home. Because how dare you represent me like that?
That's my point right there. That's my point right there. You a representative of me. I'm your parent. You represent me. So obviously these people don't care. They don't care anything about that. They don't. We in the day and age where, see, this is where we at with shame don't exist. Since shame don't exist, this is what we have. Since we can't shame nobody, this is what we have.
Yes, absolutely. But see, instead of you helping the teachers, you want to give them a gun.
Yeah. That bitch put her hands on you again. We always want to be confrontational, except when it's time to go to court and fight for some real shit.
Thank you. Thank you. Cowards.
Cowards.
And that, to me, when you do something with somebody and they are performing their duties and you go left on them, you are the bully and you are a coward. Because if you won't do this when I'm not here at this work spot, I suggest you not try me while I'm at work. I may not care as much as you think.
Exactly. And see, this is what I know.
I know some things I have done. I've had that happen to me. I had a person threaten me once, and I was behind the glass, and I told them, I get off at such and such a time. Hold on, I'll be out there. And one time, and I did go out there. They left, and one time a person did that to me, called me my name, and I told her the same to her with a big smile on my face. And then she proceeded to tell me, well, come out there. Because see, people don't assume that, they assume that you won't do that. Well, I did. I guarantee you she has never told anybody that ever again in life. And I never said a word. I just opened the door and came out.
See,
and stood there.
This is what
she was mortified.
This is what folks don't understand, is that it's you gonna run into that person that day who they actually looking for some action.
Yep.
And if they looking for some action, your ass is out. Because they got something they got to get off their chest.
Yep.
And you're the lucky victim.
I love it. The lucky V.
For real, you're the lucky victim. Because they coming for you at all intensity. Classic example. This white woman on the train in New York talking to this black man, and she said something out the way to him, and he said, bitch, say it again. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of this. He was going off, and she kept going on. He walked over there and hit her in her mouth so goddamn hard. Say something else, bitch.
Got what you was selling them tickets that your ass couldn't cash.
Yes.
Got what you were asking for and didn't know you were asking.
Yes. You don't know what's going on with this man. Leave these crazy motherfuckers alone. 1 in 4 Americans is taking mental health pills.
That's right.
These crazy motherfuckers alone.
And look, and 1 in 2 ain't taking theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the other 2 bragging about how many times they gotta take them a day.
Yep. So, and you know what? I've never understood that. I'm not about to engage unprovoked. And I have learned in my growth that I don't care what you say. You can call me anything you want to call me. But if you touch me, my only thing gonna be is I hope you know the Lord, because you get ready to, you either gonna see him or pass by, but you out of here.
I'm in Walmart one day and I'm parked, and I'm in the handicap, but I'm parked, I'm backed in. And the guy
I don't hear you. partner, Mr. Clay? Mr. Clay? We're having technical difficulties. They should be corrected shortly. Okay, while my partner is getting his technical difficulties, we hope that when you listen to us, that you consider the things that we are saying to you and at least give them some thought. We hope that we are provoking your minds when we are talking to you. Just something else for you to consider. Just like the rest of the world, nobody know. Well, I don't believe anybody knows it all. But what little bit of information that you can garner that can help you through your day or in your life, we hope that you seriously consider the things we tell you, because we are here to try to make a change in the way that you think with the information that we convey to you, and hope that you take it quite seriously. So we're trying to find out what's going on here. I'm missing my boss man here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right, okay. I don't know what happened. My microphone just seemed to drop just all of a sudden. We back though, so we good.
Okay, I didn't know if I was there or not, so that's why I just had a few words to add on there.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So, yeah. Where was we at?
Good question. We were talking about, and look, this is what I call that senior moment, a real senior moment, a senior conversation. I know we were referring to the AI, and I was so busy wondering what was going on.
Well, we can get back.
We can keep it moving.
Yeah. So, well, IBM said they're going to be losing 7,000 jobs. They're going to be removing 7,000 jobs, and that these jobs, AI can take care of the simple tasks that these jobs perform.
7,000 throughout the world.
7,000.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Now they're talking worldwide by 2030, 300 million to lose jobs. That's 7 years. 300 million people in 7 years will not be employed. That goes all the way from all up at the top of the scale, from attorneys to motherfucking dishwashers.
Yeah, because a machine can definitely do that.
Seriously. I done seen it cleaning toilets. I done seen it flipping burgers, doing French fries, cleaning clothes.
And the dishes will probably be cleaner because it can use hotter water.
Yes, I'm telling you. I done seen somebody created where it gave them a shave. I wouldn't trust that shit though. Gave them a shave. Yeah.
Oh yeah, me either. Be like Miss Seeley.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I mean, and then you look at this food. We're talking 3D printing, so you can't really eat half this food. You ain't gonna know what it is.
Nope.
They already
better stop growing your own.
Yeah, you know, I mean, so people talking, this plant based, and my question always is, well, what plant is it?
Yes, yeah.
You know, and from my finding out is that they growing fungi.
It's a mess. It is everything, and it's amazing how you got all these third world countries, but America's doing it to its own. Who made the song "America Eats Its Young"?
Yes. No, but here's what's tripped out now.
Now that was back in the 70s.
Nah, wait, hold on. Let's take Gil Scott Heron and let's get to real world where we at right now. You got Elon Musk and you got Jeff Bezos spending and Richard Branson spending billions of dollars to go to space. Okay? Space exploration, space travel, space vacations, all this old stuff now, right? What did Gil Scott Heron say? Whitey on the moon.
Yeah,
Ain't got no
yeah,
money for this, ain't got no money for that. Whitey on the moon.
yes.
Now, Whitey on the moon, but he'll tell you this at the same time, that the last space shuttle that they just sent up there, when it got to the firmament, it blew up. So are y'all really going to space?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've always, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I'll never forget when they supposedly went to the moon the first time. My grandfather said they ain't been to no moon. He said, my grandfather said, God said that the moon was a lesser light for the night. He said they have not been to the moon. And then that was that movie that came out that OJ was in when they showed you how they could do it. Cause these are moon rocks. How I know?
I asked somebody this. I pulled up a NASA video, right? And they was talking about being able to read satellite technology 100 million light years away than God knows where, right? And so I stopped it and I paused it right there and I asked them this question. I says, if we got technology that can do all of that, why is it certain spots in the city of Detroit I lose cell phone service? Do that make any sense? Do that make any sense? If we can do all that, why am I still losing cell phone service?
A block away from my place.
Thank you. Help me understand that now.
How about upstairs you got it and downstairs you don't?
Yeah, exactly. You got it up there where ain't nobody at.
You got it right though. Not only that, but even with all of that, you got all this surveillance type things, but the basic things that's not an accident. I told people, you remember when the lights all went out on the Eastern Seaboard? I told somebody, it's a test, right? That's a test to see how you respond to things. And they don't want you to be able to contact each other. That's why cell phones don't work.
Exactly.
And they told people, if you got a landline, you better keep it.
Yep.
Because that's the only way you're gonna be able to communicate.
Now, and here's what you're saying, and here's what's interesting about what you're saying. During that time, I was working. When that happened, where was I working at? But anyway, I had reached out to one of my white friends at the time that we went to class together, and I was asking him about what was going on out there in the suburbs. This was his exact words. These hillbillies out here going crazy.
Wow.
He said it's a run on the gas station and a run on the ice. This was his exact words. I said, wow, black folks out here barbecuing, having fun
all day long. But Kwame, you know what? And they just knew Detroit was gonna mess up. I told somebody, I can tell you why Detroit ain't gonna bother, because all the folks is at home and they know people sitting by the door with that thing.
And it was
ain't nobody breaking in. They ain't nobody breaking. I heard about no crime when that was going on. Meeting their neighbors that they've been living next to and don't have a chance to see. They've been, like you said, barbecuing all the food, whole neighborhood getting together and partying. They made lifetime friends during that time.
Yes, absolutely.
We don't roll like that.
Yes, people was out it was so, when he was telling me how crazy it was in the suburbs, and I'm sitting there saying, we was having fun down here in Detroit.
Yep, because we know we didn't have to go to work, we didn't have to do this, we didn't have to do that.
Thank you. Everybody like, okay, shit, well, we can do the grills, we know we got to get rid of this food just in case it goes bad.
That's right.
So this is what we was on. And when he said that, I was like, wow, that is some amazing stuff. He said, Clarence, they out here going crazy. They ain't say that on the news, though.
No, but they wanted to say all kind of stuff. But I don't know of any black neighborhood that had a problem anywhere in the United States.
I don't either.
Because I'm telling you, everybody know ain't no sense of breaking in Mr. Jones' house, because Mr. Jones at home today. And we know Mr. Jones got some shotguns and some 9s and 45s up in there. We ain't going in there. I heard about not one iota of crime during that time.
Not one.
And no major city.
Not one major crime, no rape, no anything.
If it happened, they didn't talk about it, and it wasn't in the city. Huh.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if it happened, it couldn't have been in the city, because if it was in the city, the whole country would have known about it.
Yep. And they wanted to have that against Kwame.
Yes.
And Kwame know his folks on that much anyway. They ain't gonna have no problems in the city. And he was right. That ain't what we do.
Exactly. I mean, it was straight. When this man told me that, he said, man, it's chaos. He said, these people out here going crazy. I said, wow, because I'm sitting up here, I'm outside. This is how deep it was. I was outside. Me and Rhonda was outside walking, looking at the stars, talking about how beautiful the stars was. Because we had never seen stars. Had never seen the fucking stars.
I just thought it was a beautiful time. You know, everybody got a time to chill because you couldn't go to work. You know, wasn't nobody worrying about no gas. We ain't going nowhere.
Wasn't going nowhere.
Seriously. And if you didn't already have it, you couldn't get it anyway.
Because and every time they come back with a story about it being a glitch or something like that, you know they lying. You know that these people got millions of dollars. They ain't got time for no glitch.
That is true. But I always thought they tried to blame it on some guy in Ohio. I said, that's a lie. I said, they did that on purpose. Ain't no one man caused that many problems. I'm not saying that's an impossibility, but highly improbable.
Thank you. Thank you. That's not probable.
That was a setup, and they wanted to see how people were going to react. And the ones they really was trying to hurt just didn't react the way they were intending them to.
See, this is how you know it's a bunch of junk, because to this day, nobody has ever seen this one man that they talking about did this. He ain't been put in court. He ain't been paraded on TV. None of that.
Nope. That's because he didn't.
Because that one man who did it didn't exist.
That's my story, and I believe it.
Yeah. You know, I sit back and I just, you know, it's all because it's always unanswered questions when you watching it, when you paying attention to this. Because I keep in mind, as I always say, I always have to make reference to what AI told me. Digital screens will lie to you.
Absolutely. Well, look how they already showing you that's the camera that you can take, and you take the pictures, and then just to make it perfect, you can go in and erase things off the picture. Now, if I can do it in my handheld thing, what you think they're doing? They'll put you in a crime scene that you never went, and you weren't even there. Therein lies what they can do with your information that you are referring to. And that's how they get rid of people like another Malcolm X, or another Martin Luther King, or Dr. Henry Clark, or any of these other prominent people, Claude Anderson, who don't hold you up none. That's why you got a dead Prince, a dead Jackson, folks who don't hold you up none and don't mind saying what they have to say if they must say it. You know, I thought about something the other day. You know, I really, 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 really like Viola Davis and how outspoken she is. But I used to really like How to Get Away with Murder until she compromised her character, and I didn't like it anymore. I quit watching it. And when I think about the black movie actresses that I really like, I could be wrong about Halle, but I don't think so. But I know for sure Angela Bassett has never compromised her character, ever. Mr. Clay, did I lose you again? My partner has disappeared again. I don't hear him. I hope he hears me. But it looks like we have this glitch again. And I'm hoping we can rectify it soon. Because I don't like it when my partner can't talk to me. So hopefully he's the brains. He's the technical brain. So hopefully he's able to rectify this soon. I just knew it got too quiet. It's amazing how there's silence and then there's quietness. And silence and then quietness, they're not actually the same thing. You know how when you're speaking to someone on the phone they're not talking back to you, and that you understand, but then all of a sudden you hear nothing. It's beyond just silence. It's a absolute quietness, and they're gone. Did I lose them? And that's the way I feel about my partner. But yeah, he's the tech man, the technical man extraordinaire. So if it can be rectified, he will find a way and take care of it. It's really great to be a part of this. It's a wonderful opportunity to talk to people, and I hope, again, like I said before, that you take the things that we say into consideration. Research the things that you think you must or can or should, because no matter who says anything, a pastor once told me, your mouth cut just like mine. Anybody
Hello?
can tell a lie, and you can inadvertently tell information that's not correct. My partner, you back?
Yeah, I gotta get another. I think my mic going bad on me here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea what I was saying prior.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we Can you hear me? Okay, there we go.
Yes, Alan, I can hear you.
I see him moving again. Okay, we good to go. So I'm gonna leave the screen down. I'm not gonna pull the screen all the way up again. That could probably be what it is. And I'll pull the screen up. So, all right. So we back solid now.
Okay. Well, I know I was saying something. I have no idea what. I can't. Out of my mind, it's not that long.
That's all right.
I had a conversation like that with an employee once, and the same thing occurred. We got interrupted by one of the inmates talking to us, and then when everybody was quiet and gone, I asked her. I said, "What were we talking about?" She said, "I don't know." I said, "So is this what they call a senior citizen conversation?"
Thank you.
I know at the end anytime you disappear, I give my other spiel, so I do remember that. I just don't remember what I was saying before that. But see, this is a good thing. You've disappeared again as well, I do believe. But this is a good thing. This is the realness and the comfortableness of our dialogue, because I like for people to feel relaxed when they're listening to what we're saying. I like it to be relatable, and I think when things kind of go awry, that keeps the humanness in it, the realness in it.
Oh, absolutely.
The relatability, I think it maintains that. And it's not implying, inferring, or intimating that things have to go wrong for that. It's just stating that enhances that experience. At least I believe that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I look at it like this. That's all part of life, is ups and downs. As long as you see it's going up and down, you straight. But as long as you that straight line, now that's a problem. So you can, that I don't expect for it always to go seamless. You know what I mean? Because I know technology, so it's always gonna be something. Equipment go bad. You got to log off, log on. The computer getting hot, any kind of old jazz. So I don't get upset at it. You know what I mean? That's the old AT&T days where you be getting like trying to beat the computer and shit.
Yeah. I want to pick it up and throw it.
You trying to beat it and shit. Like, that shit makes no sense. How you gonna beat this?
I know it's funny that you said that, because I know when I'm interacting with a guest, and say I'm trying to bring up information and the system just will not allow. Matter of fact, it disappears completely. My response is, I really apologize and I appreciate your patience, but oftentimes it takes the system a while to populate because of all the information that it has to, bring to the front. That's my spiel.
That's the truth.
I know, but still, it's just irritating, because I guess it's the perfectionism piece. I like to be able to do when I'm supposed to, when somebody's asking me or inquiring, and I want to give the information. I want to be on point about what I'm doing. So it's that for me. But another digression, clap for myself. Do like 50 Cent and like Snoop Dogg. I want to thank me. I got 100% and got a guest compliment. I felt like I was doing good. Hi, that's that old Michigan Bell training. Okay.
That's good stuff. Congrats. That's good stuff.
But it's funny that you say that, because even back in the day when it was a Michigan Bell, when I would go to a store or somewhere eating out and somebody was very rude, I forget complaining. I used to get back to work, find out who owned the place, and that's where I'd send my letter.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell people, you never know to whom you are speaking. You just don't know. Don't look down on anybody. Treat everybody the way you would like to be treated. Because I may not live in that house over there. A perfect example. I grew up with the person who was the district attorney. Went to school with the man. And I made sure that every year that I came home, I called him and said hi. Because you know what? I told him, because I don't want to have to call you out the blue and need you. I want to keep in contact with you so you know what time it is with me all the time. But again, can you imagine you talking to me at the side of your neck, or you do something wrong and then find out that's my classmate and it's somebody that I had an excellent rapport with? That ain't gonna work out well for you. Why you looking down on me? You just don't ever know, especially in small towns, and you can't go with the color with it either. That ain't gonna work for you. So, just treat people right. I just think if you do what you're supposed to be doing, then you don't have to concern yourself, because you shouldn't care who people are if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And that's interesting that you said that, because when I was at IBM and I went up for my review, and and this is a classic example when they tell you in corporate America, don't talk about your pay. I can't, and I was the only one that ended up getting a raise on my team, right? And I came in bitching and complaining about the raise, but that's a second part of the story. But my supervisor asked me, because this is what I was doing at the time, was because they was getting us on the reviews. So, and we had to have X amount of reviews per month, maybe 4 or 5 reviews a month, okay? And they was clocking you on them. So what I would do was, after every single person, I said, what, if I can get you in early, I need for you to write a review. And so I would just, boom, send it to them. I'll get their stuff done. And after a while, at one point, I was getting like 10, 15, 20 reviews a month. And they was all 5 stars, right? I did this for about 3-4 months, okay? This because I was playing the game of, I'm not going to work that hard. Early. This is when during them times where y'all wasn't seeing me that much. I was at home. I was working my ass off, making sure I was going to be able to stay at home, okay? So my supervisor, in his sarcastic way, doing my review, he says, well, I see you getting all these reviews and great reviews. Well, what makes you such a great tech? I really want to know this. That's what he says now. I says, well, I treat people how I want to be treated. I don't want an asshole coming to my desk, so I ain't going to be an asshole going to their desk. Wow. That's a great way to look at it. Well, that's the only way I look at it.
Thank you, you would think.
I said, wow. He really thought I was about to say something elaborate so he can go back and tell the rest of the team that this is what y'all should be doing, and then fire my black ass.
Too much. But that's exactly. You're right. You absolutely right. Because, and that was such an ignorant question to even in other.
It was, because this is the same people now, and as much as I enjoyed my time at IBM, these are the same people that when it came time to hiring the supervisor for the local area, they ain't even consider me. Okay. Ain't even consider me now. I'm the person who getting all the top reviews. Ain't even consider me.
Truly amazing. But you know what I've learned? Sometimes when nobody wants and it's evident that you're doing the best, They can't handle it. They too scared you might take something they have.
and they can't afford to lose that production. That's what I realized after
That too.
they couldn't afford to they couldn't replace me, so they had to
Yep.
keep me there. That's what I figured out when I left. Was like, oh, they couldn't replace me because
That's true.
I knew 4 applications from 4 different call centers. Nobody else was willing to do that. I knew operator services, I knew small business, I knew collections, and I also knew listing services. Nobody else could claim that fame. I used to tear IBM's ass up. I used to be at home so much.
Hey, if you able and you know what you're doing, that's what you do. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm enjoying working from home. My only thing is, I would rather, my favorite shift would be 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Mhm.
Monday through Friday. I can either do Monday through Friday. Let me not say anything else because Fridays, I like my Saturday and Sunday off. But I'm enjoying working from home. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I mean,
And I don't have to be around a bunch of people. I'm good.
yeah, it's a level of freedom, you know. And in this day and age, and you know, we unfortunately, as we get back on this mental health is people. You can, I mean, do you really? You can't go nowhere. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go get nothing to eat. You can't go over a friend house. I mean, so because everywhere you go, if you ain't walking around with your head on a swivel, then something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know, and I be having to be, especially when I be out there in the suburbs, you know, with my healthcare client, going in and out these stores, and I'm seeing all these people, you know, and I'm seeing the frustrations and all this on these people's faces, and I'm like, this ain't gonna end right.
No, it's a lot of truth to that. And a lot of that is only a matter of time to show itself on a large scale.
Exactly, you know, because whether or not we want to realize it or not, we are currently in the purge. With all this mass crazy violence that's going on, we in the purge right now.
You know what? Some of these things that have happened, I believe some of the conspiracy theories behind them, just like the black guy that was up in Buffalo who had the car that would work on water. Conveniently,
Uh-huh.
he was at the store. And there was a
Yeah.
white guy who had done the same thing even years before, and he conveniently got killed as well.
Uh-huh.
There's another guy who was talking about it, and his friend was like, "Man, you need to shut up." So they already know it can happen, but
Yeah.
it would impact the industry on such a large level that they won't allow it to be made.
Well, I mean, you see, because they have to be able to sell what they make, okay?
Yep.
Because, and that's the whole thing about it is when you look at this stuff now, and you say, okay, so now we ain't using regular oil no more. We're using synthetic oil. So y'all been making the oil all this time. Y'all really ain't been digging like y'all say y'all have been.
Yeah.
See, again, here we go again. That's just like if you really break it down. Do you think Coca-Cola has ever stopped selling cocaine?
No, I do not. I never have. No.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
So who is really the cartel?
The pharmaceuticals.
Who's really the cartel? You dig what I'm saying? Who's really? Because we know Coca-Cola was in the coke business, and we know you just ain't gonna stop being in a lucrative business.
Nope. Well, I've always said all that stuff is on the stock market. You just don't know what it's under.
Yeah.
But it's on there.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about it.
And you don't make all that. And when you look at I have an audio book that talks about the history of sugar. And those things are mentioned. When you start really finding out about that and rum and man, bye.
Yeah.
These big time folks all been involved in this stuff for centuries.
From the beginning of time.
Yep.
You know, and and they abusing it and telling you bet not use it.
Yep.
And they abusing it now. Insanity. You know?
And that's what they are the best at, insanity.
Yes. Order out of chaos. When I seen that phrase, I said that phrase describes this world. Order out of chaos.
Yes. Well, I've always said that at work too.
Yeah.
I've always told people chaos is a poor manager's best friend.
Yes,
because it keeps you so distracted you can't see what's going on wrong.
Yeah.
That's the intent of it. But you try to tell people that people don't want to. You know what I have found out, and it ain't like I hadn't heard it before, but people truly don't want to know truth.
No.
They don't want to see, because if they see what's really going on, now there's some accountability for them.
There you go. Now I'm held responsible for what I know.
Yep. And they don't want to know. They'll dismiss you. Oh, there you go. But then it slap them in the face. Well, she said, yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if there you go. But when I go, am I lying? That's the question. Am I lying?
Exactly.
Did it happen that way? Is it going on? Those are the things you should be really questioning. That's crazy.
It is, but and that's something that is, we ain't been trained in that aspect. It goes always back to John D. Rockefeller, So I don't want intelligence.
But you know it, and I know it. So it's more than just that. You have to search out for things. You have to have a desire to grow, to learn. If you can't learn nothing, you must be dead, because you should be able to learn something every day.
You have to say to yourself, I'm better than this. Just this little small container they trying to put me in, I'm better than this. And I'm going to show you that I'm better than this.
Yep.
I ain't got to say a goddamn thing. I'm just going to show and prove. But the problem is we like to be on stage so much, so we got to show off our whole performance before we even get on the stage.
Wow. Good point. I said good point, but what I've been hearing some of the guys say that I had never heard, those are bars. That sounds so weird to me.
Yeah, bars.
Yeah.
It's from the rappers, those bars.
Where'd that come from?
From the rappers.
Those are some bars.
That's from the rappers. The rappers be spitting bars. So that's what they saying about you when you be spitting game, you spitting bars.
Wow. The stuff they come up with never ceases to amaze me.
Oh, they see, here we go again. If it wasn't for us in social media would not be the success that it is today.
Definitely.
Anytime black people inject their energy into something, it becomes great.
Yes, it does. It turns to gold.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. So, wow, time flies. We coming up to our end of our hour session.
Well, this has been wonderful. I'm glad we were able to move smoothly through our technical interruptions. And as I was telling our audience, you are the tech man extraordinaire. So whatever the issue is, if it can be rectified, you will take care of that without a problem, and it won't take long. And I was right, as always.
You too kind. That's them old tech days. That's all that is. That ain't nothing new.
Nah, baby. If you got it, you got it.
I had to do what I got to tell everybody else to do. Won't you just restart
it? And you know what? You laughing, but oftentimes that is all it takes. Hey, that, and why don't you plug it up?
Right. Is it plugged in? Well, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you for tuning in and spending this hour with us, as usual, on a Sunday evening. And as we like to say, like, share, subscribe, Even make some comments. Tell us the kind of content that you would even like to hear us discuss.
Everybody, please have a wonderful and safe week and learn something every day. Put forth some effort to learn something of value every day. And until we meet again, take care.
Peace and love, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye bye.